So, hello everyone. Nice to have you here, guys. Last press conference for today. Hikaru Nakamura and Peter Svidler. A very long game, very complex game. I have no idea what has happened in the opening, so all the floor to the players, please give us.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long day, so we probably should just point out some critical moments. This is a very topical line. I played this line against Sergey, and e takes d4 is, of course, the main line. And I think this variation with queen e2, rook d1, and bishop g5 is currently probably the sort of the absolute main line of the whole variation. And this is where white has been trying to get something. And I paid very careful attention to it when I decided to play this for the tournament, because it's very critical. And this is all still theory. Bishop h4 is very important, that because you need to force white to play g3 so you don't get mated after rook a3, rook g3. Basically, if you start with bishop e7 here, after rook a3, you might get mated kind of fast. So this is why you force white to play g3.
And still someone played rook a3.
Sure, yeah. Even there it exists with black holds. Yeah, and this g3 knight c3, I'm not sure. It might actually be a novelty officially.
I'm not sure.
Officially, but obviously everybody has looked at this because I mean the machine suggests it. And I was very happy when I found the line I played today, because. Somewhat surprisingly, you know, in modern chess, this is not the first line. And also, in the beginning, the machine gives white a reasonably large advantage. So I thought, you know, people will probably ignore this and will not be as prepared after this as they might be, because bishop b7 here is the obvious main line. And there it gets tricky. I think it probably is also a draw, but it's tricky. Bishop f6, allowing d5, and this bizarre idea of allowing the pawn with tempo to d6, and giving up one of your bishops. But once you start analyzing this, it seems like black is holding. At least in my files, everything worked out. And rook b1, you also have to waste the tempo on a6, because rook b5 is a deadly threat. But even here, surprisingly, because the knight on g4 is so out of play, and the knight on c6 and the queen on c5 are so, they cover so many squares, in my preparation, it seemed like this is holding. And after d7, bishop b7, maybe bishop d3 first is another option, but honestly, I don't exactly remember what's going on there. And my main line was d7, bishop d3, rook f d8. This is still absolutely main line. And in this position, my file said that white has two moves, bishop e2 and bishop c2. After bishop c2, black is completely fine, and after bishop e2, there is an incredibly long variation which ends in a very beautiful draw, which I don't know if I should show. It's not a secret, but I mean, it will prolong the press conference. But it starts with rook b8, queen h7, knight e7, knight h6, gh, queen h6, king g8, bishop d3. And here black absolutely has to play knight f5, queen g5 check, king f8, bishop takes f5, and in this position the only move is queen c6. And this ends in a draw.
Gives you an idea.
Yeah, this ends in a draw some like 15 moves later. And
but I can't go rook d4.
Where?
After you just have queen e5. Yeah, never mind.
So this was the main line in the file, and I don't know if it's correct, but I mean I checked it at a reasonable depth. This is a position where, you know, if you don't check it properly, you're probably gonna die somewhere. So, and queen h7 wasn't in the top two moves in my file. So after that, I thought, you know, I'm in a funny situation that many of us have experienced. You know, you know this is probably not the best move in the position, but you have no idea why. So you need to start figuring things out. And I think what I played is quite logical. h5, knight e3, knight e5. Did you think I had anything better? I mean, I could play f5, but it's at least a draw for you.
Yeah, but
more.
I can take on h6, right? And I can force it.
And probably even something like this might be very scary with bishop h5 check ideas. And if I play queen g5, I think bishop b2 is very unpleasant. So none of these things I liked particularly. And h5, knight e5 looked very logical, but it's also quite tricky. Like for instance, bishop e2, luckily I have queen c6. But if he goes queen h8 check and queen takes g7, I was considering many options here. And finally, I think I settled on the most materialistic approach. I can actually go for this exchange. Rook d1. Takes, and here my first idea was to go rook a7, but it kind of loses to knight e5 check, because takes, queen e5 check, king f8, and now rook e3 is just winning. Yeah, but instead of that, I think rook g8 is a very decent move, driving the queen somewhere like here and going rook a d8, blocking the g7 pawn, and then I will slowly try to collect it in such a fashion that I don't get mated, basically. So, and after bishop e4, we get this position where it's obvious now black is better because the pawn on d7 will fall, but how much better, I don't know. And knight d5, I mean, you can start with queen b4 here. I guess it leads to the same.
Yeah, probably it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, because after knight d5, I almost blitzed out. This is also very interesting, actually.
Yeah, queen takes d5.
Queen e5, I take, you take, I take.
Queen b8.
Yeah, I think you need to take.
Rook takes b6.
Rook b6, this I was less sure about, because I think I can give you a check. I can play queen d5, king h3, and here I had some ideas. Like maybe
king g2.
Yeah, maybe this was also a draw. Yeah. In some of these positions, I had
because I have some rook b7, queen a7.
Yeah, that always is a possibility.
Actually, rook d2. I also have queen f4 probably.
I thought my problem was I thought you can do this, and I don't know, king f6.
I thought king f6.
Yeah, doesn't really matter, and you can take the other guy.
Rook d2?
A rook d2, and you can actually do this, I think. So, no,
wait, no,
hang on. No.
Like always rook d1.
Although you might actually, rook d1, king g2, d5? Queen d5, f3.
Rook d2?
King g1.
And take on
queen takes f3?
No, not in this position. Sorry, not in this position. There was some line where you could do this. Yeah, I'm getting confused. It's been a long day, but yeah, rook probably. I stopped with rook b6 eventually. Yeah, can't exactly.
I mean, also the endgame is probably going to be a draw. If you don't have something that's mating, then I'm probably going to get some endgame.
Yeah, and my other option was after knight g4, knight e3. I could take on e3. You take with the queen, and here once again 2 options. I can take, rook d7, rook d7, rook b6, and rook d3. But finally, I thought c4 must be a draw. Rook e3, rook a6, and then I attack
the pawns are too fast. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Basically, I can always just sort of force a perpetual by attacking them in turn, but I don't think I can ever start pushing my own. So this must be a draw. And also there was this idea: rook d7 here, rook d7, and if you go rook b6, I think you're in a lot of trouble. Rook d1 check, king g2, queen d5 check, king h3, and king h3 and g5. And I think this might be incredibly dangerous for you, because there is a lot of threats. There's a threat of rook d3 in some positions. Even g4 rook h1 is surprisingly a huge threat if you go rook b8 check first, let's say after king g7. But unfortunately for me, you can just take on c5 and go rook b6, and I think the best I can get is 4 against 3. 4 against 3, but without the knights.
Yeah.
So. At this spot, I spent something like 30 odd minutes choosing, because I thought, I must look for something which will give me winning chances. And I finally settled on this. Knight f6, queen b4, takes, and now a very strange move, because I can actually end up with an extra pawn in many ways here. I mean, I can take with the knight on d7, for instance. But in all these positions, I think you get tremendous compensation.
I just take and go knight c4.
Yeah, like
with the 2 rooks on the board, it's
takes, let's say knight c4, king e7, and I don't know, rook d6 or a5.
Yeah,
and I thought, my actual winning chances here are not huge, I felt, because you are so incredible.
Yeah, here I think it's fine.
And finally, I settled on this idea to return the pawn immediately, but to fix the weakness on a4. And I was so happy about this that I failed actually to consider, this was my big regret, that I failed to consider rook c7 here.
Okay, so rook b4?
Rook b4, knight d7.
And if I play knight c4?
Yeah, this is the critical test, but you're kind of still lacking moves, but maybe you can hold like this, like rook c5, a5.
a5.
I mean, you will never have any moves, but you might hold. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
maybe some g5.
It was an interesting alternative, but somehow I was so happy with this, from a positional standpoint. Of course, I want to play a5 and fix the pawn on a4, but unfortunately knight c4, which is something I missed when I was thinking about this, by force it leads to the position I got in the game. Knight c4, I cannot do this, because knight e5, knight c3, knight c6, king f6, and there's rook f4 check. There's also probably
Rook c4.
rook c4.
Yeah, because this one I'm not sure about.
Yeah, there's also rook c4, and I lose material here. So I need to go knight d5, rook d3. I was kind of considering this.
King d7.
Yeah, but I think you make a draw after knight a5. Rook a5, c4, like king d6, you take, and you go rook a3, king c5, and you give a check here. I think it's very important.
To cut the
and I need to go back because rook c7, you will make a draw
course.
probably after that. So I finally settled on this, and we get this endgame. And you know, with knights on, of course I have some winning chances, but it probably should be a draw still, I guess. But it's
maybe. I mean, it all
draw.
depends on that position towards the end. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, you're not forced to do any of the in particular. This was kind of a critical position because you can wait. I don't actually have a winning plan as such.
No, but I thought here. Okay, I mean, I don't know, but what's my waiting move? That's the other problem. I wasn't sure what my waiting move.
That is true. I mean, it's an uncomfortable position for you to be. I don't know, something like rook a6 maybe.
Yeah, rook a6 and now rook d7.
Rook d7 might be annoying though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's very tricky, but.
Yeah, that's why I went g4.
G4. I started getting very optimistic, but first and foremost, I thought knight f3 was a draw.
I mean, rook c2 is also quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I spent another 25 minutes here, but after rook c2, my problem was, rook c2. In the beginning, you just have knight e4, knight g3.
And king g6. This is fine.
I think so. Yeah, I think this is just fine for you because I can't actually shift this. I thought
knight f4.
Yeah, knight f4, king h2. I can actually get this position by force. I can start by knight f4 check, which I think is even more precise. King h2, a rook c2, knight e4, and you go rook e3. And this was what
I wasn't gonna. I was gonna go king g3 against knight f4, not king h2.
But what does it change? h4,
king h2,
rook c2. We get the same position.
No.
It's the same position. Because actually I was planning to play h4 in this position anyway. But the thing is, I can't win this. Because you play king h2, king g1. Basically, if I play e5 here, I think king g1 obviously loses to knight takes h3.
But I also have knight d6.
And I think rook e1 loses to knight e2. I think this might also be winning for me. But knight d6 is always there. You just go knight d6 and you return. You just go knight d6 and you return. And I couldn't make any progress here.
Yeah, I think this is.
This is why I spent like another almost half an hour in this position choosing between all of my options. And I finally did this, but I think knight f3 should probably hold.
Knight f3, but here there's something.
Like I go knight f4 check, king h2, e5. Unfortunately for me, with rook on b7, this is probably winning. If I can play rook c2 here, if not for knight d4 check, I might be winning.
It's knight f3. What did I see there? No, I thought on knight f3 I thought you just wait like king f6 or something.
Yeah, I can do that, but you play something like, let's say, rook a5.
And rook c2 maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it could be a bit true.
No, because basically I thought my knight's on the wrong square here. Like I thought at some point you have some h4 maybe.
Yeah, but also here I wasn't sure why you decide. I mean, what's my winning plan if you just play rook?
If I just wait, okay. So here
I put it on b3 probably.
Yes, so of course you do this. Yeah,
but how will I win it anyway is kind of unclear to me, to be honest. Probably h4 and start with the king towards f3.
I thought at some point you're going e4, knight d3, e1, f3 or something. Something like
maybe.
This,
I was kind of
E5,
hopeful
F3.
about this, but also by this point I was completely autopiloting because I had no idea what was going on anymore, and I was, losing my mind slowly. Knight g2, and yeah, this is the critical test. So you're thinking f5 or
Yeah, I think king f5 might be winning. I'm not sure.
Hang on. Let's say, f3.
F3 and now we reach this one with h4,
Yeah, because I actually thought if I play h4 it's an easy draw, but it might not be.
I mean I don't know, I'm not sure.
Because we said to our valuable viewers that that's a draw. I mean,
it feels like it should be a draw, but I wasn't so sure. So.
What was the plan again?
Yeah, so rook a4, e5. I mean, okay, the first thing is I can never move my king with the pawn on h3. That's the first thing. So I have to kind of wait rook c4.
And maybe
can you go up?
King e6.
Oh yeah, if it gets to e3, this will be...
this is...
Okay, and let's say rook a5, yeah.
Okay, so king d6. Yeah, this is the zigzag. This is the zigzag position.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I failed to consider, because I just thought this setup must be a draw, but Maybe it's not.
Yeah, but the thing is, because here with the h5, h4, I can go king f1, and it's a draw.
And if you go for an
Hang on a second. Hang on a
if you
second.
go
Are
for
you?
an H
Are you?
even
Yeah.
there.
Are you maybe trying to bluff me there a little bit?
Okay, king d5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like this, and attack the e5 pawn, and it's hard
It's
hard
simple.
to. Okay, e4,
E4?
and king e. Ah, it's a long
King
side,
E3?
right? Same, right? And
Rook
not quite
f5.
same.
Isn't this a draw? Probably
Two
not. Yeah,
pawns?
f3. No,
f3, no, maybe here. Yeah,
Not-
no, I think I need the e pawn off the board.
Yeah, you need the. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
kind of
right.
important. Yeah. And if I, yeah, could be. Yeah, I don't know. Failed to consider. Hang on a second. And if I go up,
This
it's
way.
the same
So E4?
same thing. Yeah. King e3, or even f3. I don't know. King e3, e5.
f3.
F3.
Ah, yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
game over.
Oh wait, no, your king's on e3. I can go e6 here.
Yeah, that was kind of my point, but I can't calculate. F2,
King g2.
rook b1.
Rook
Yeah.
f8. Something weird like this,
Wow.
maybe, but
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
for some reason I just thought if I play h4, it's an easy
Oh,
easy
not
fortress.
the end of the
But
line, huh? Check on
Yeah,
G1,
no,
rook
that's-
G7 in this position after rook F8. Check on
Wait,
G1.
what?
Check on G1 and rook
Rook
G7,
G7.
cutting the king.
yeah, but
maybe this.
is
I don't know. I mean, it's like
rook
Rook
f5.
rook F5.
or rook f7 maybe.
I know. Yeah.
Rook
Rook
f7.
f7,
Rook
rook
f7.
takes f7.
Rook F7. I
Ah,
take
sorry,
that.
ah,
But
sorry,
rook
yeah,
F5.
yeah, sorry,
rook
yeah,
F5
yeah.
is good enough.
Rook f5, and
Yeah, and it's okay.
it's probably enough here, here,
Yeah, rook f5.
here.
Rook
And
F5.
E7. This were
No, e7 f.
Yeah?
Actually e7, yeah. E7 and
yeah.
black might not make a draw. But
Yeah, you probably promote to a knight or
yeah,
something.
promote
like
to
that.
yeah. I mean, we should stop.
a little bit
We're getting slightly carried away here. I think we should stop.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Look-
this is
look
just
at
what I
this.
wasn't sure about.
No, not queen. Sorry.
Yeah, you mean where I walk into the checkmate now? You mean?
Yeah, like king. King. Yeah, rook g2. Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
sorry.
we're going completely mad
Yeah,
here.
we are. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
No, but I mean, I can go rook check anyway.
Yeah. Right.
So it's not really a huge deal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
wrap
this
this up. And after
something
e5, I also thought I thought f3 was a draw with h4. Yeah. So rook a5 and now you're in time to play h4. Everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
If I go e4, you play h4,
H4.
and it's once
No,
again.
no,
it's
actually,
like,
no. Sorry, I have to go rook e5 first. No.
I think this is
H4
also a draw.
also?
I think this is also a draw actually. I couldn't make anything work here.
Yeah. No,
But you could also start with rook e5, rook e2,
yeah, and h4. This is
h4,
what I was gonna
f3, and
do,
you're looking
but
f1
yeah,
here,
exactly.
and it's a draw.
But yeah.
Yeah, because in this position you go
I go
the
the
other
other
side.
way,
You,
yeah.
you go the other side. Yeah. Yeah. So I think and this of course it holds because you have king h2, but it's not
Right.
it's not a difficult move to find.
And otherwise, is
No, I
it-
mean even rook a3 draws too.
Does it?
E4, rook a5,
I wasn't so sure about that somehow.
check and E3.
king g3. Then.
Ah, yeah.
Even less my problem.
Yeah, this should draw also.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, by this point, it looked, the critical try is this, and this is the position I should have tested. I don't know why.
Yeah, because basically I thought it was easy, and then I realized you have this h with the pawns on h4, h3. This is what I was very unsure about. Yeah, I mean probably it's a draw anyway, but it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable one anymore. Yeah, I thought if I allow f3, we just shake hands.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you
that
have
was
to-
my
yeah,
that
you
was
have to
my
keep the-
assumption.
keep the square for the king.
Yeah, but okay. Too long and too complicated for me. Obviously, by this point I wasn't really thinking straight. So that
that
is
was
probably it, I guess.
Quite instructive.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And well, good luck to
Yeah.
you both and have your free day.
Yeah, 3 days.
Spend
good.
it wisely.
Right.
Thank you very much.